So a lot of you have asked about our dump system for our black and gray water. So Jason's going to walk us through it today.
So we have 3 tanks. We have a 30-gallon gray tank. We have a 30-gallon black tank on the front and about a 60-gallon rear tank. All of them are pumped out through this one single hose through macerator pumps and my little valve system. And also the front tank, when it gets full, if we're boondocking, I can pump it into the back tank multiple times before we have to empty all of them. But it's very simple once you get the hang of it.
I'm going to have to label them.
First, I'm going to dump my front tank right now. So you have to open the valve for the front tank, and then this valve right here, which runs the front tank out of the hose. It's a little stiff still, and that's all set. Over here. And that one's empty. And we'll also have a water connection where you can hook a hose up and rinse this out. But for now, since we're doing this video, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this valve off. If I wanted to pump from the front tank to the back tank, there's another valve in the back here that I would open up in the back, which would pump from this tank to that tank. But for now, I'm gonna shut this one off and empty my gray tank on the other side. So you open the valve on that tank and then open this valve, and then the second or the third button down here is the macerator from that one.
So you have just 3 toggle switches over here, right?
So we have 3 toggle switches, one for the front black tank, one for the back black tank, and one for the gray tank, which I don't have the little piece for.
A little setup for it.
The little, yeah. Anyway, so this is the gray water, which will then flush out the hose. And the gray tank is pretty much empty. So from there, we simply turn this valve back off that comes from the gray tank over into our macerator hose here.
So Jason, quick question. What is this in the bottom here?
In the bottom, I have a sink drain. I took our side bin and I've actually bent the bottom down a little so it has a slight curve to the bottom of it. And underneath it I have a little cap that I take off. This little cap. Show you. This little cap that I take off. So the whole reason for this being was in the event that there's ever any issues with this setup and anything and I was planning on hooking this little chain up here, which I haven't done yet, but I'm just gonna hook this chain up like this. In the event if you ever have a spill, you simply put a bucket under this, pull the cap off the bottom and pull this plug and let it drain out without getting all nasty.
That's nice.
So I will roll our hose up here.
And I see that it's up here, right?
Yes, the switch for our hose, it's an electric hose reel, electric macerator hose reel.
Okay, I'm going to back up so I can see it as it goes in here.
And over here, if you want to look. Oh, see this? Can you see? Okay, so we simply turn this off and pull it out of the connection. And it's good to roll up. Simple as that. Nice and easy, no mess.
And we got this from Shoreline Rails, if I remember right?
Shoreline Rails.
Shoreline Rails.
And our gray tank is the 30-gallon gray tank. And I have a cutoff valve on it so that when we're parked here, I have a hose that I hook. It's like a fire hose. Got it from Tractor Supply. And I hook it up and just run it straight to the drain and open my valve so that we can take showers, use the dishwasher, and not fill our gray tank.
Pretty good idea.
Simple as that. Nice and contained.